Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Omoyera Oluwatosin, and on the channel today I am going to show you how to cut a kaftan gown like the one you are seeing in the video. And before we proceed, if you are new to my channel, please click on the subscription button and also on the notification bell so that once I upload a new video, you will be among the first person to get the notification. And to our returning subscribers, thank you for supporting and believing in us. This is the fabric we'll be working with, and I have 4 yards of this African print. Before I cut, if you are used to my video, you notice that I have a ceremony of transferring my client's measurement into my fabric before cutting it. It is optional. This is something I love doing before cutting it. It just makes me feel as if I'm connected to my clothes somehow. So I've got used to it. So it is optional. If you don't want, no problem, don't do it. So now have written the measurement down. The next thing we're going to do, we're going to measure the length of this fabric. What I have here is 45 and my client's length is 46 inches, 60 inches. Now I'm going to show you a way of cutting this kaftan that you don't have any joining. And after measuring this length, the lengthwise it is 45. You're not going to cut it out using the length of this African print. You are going to measure crosswise like this, measuring along the savage edge of this cloth. Now I'm measuring 60 inches and I had my Emmy allowance. This cloth is not going to have a joining on the shoulder, that's why I'm adding only the Emmy allowance. Now I have 62 or 63 inches here, so I'm going to hold it at that point and flip it like the way you see me doing in the video to get an equal length of this measurement. Fold the fabric over like the way you see me doing in the video. The point where you are holding is going to be your shoulder line. It is not going to have a joining like I said. Now I'm trying to measure the other part. What we measured was the front part of this kaftan, so we are trying to get the back part of the kaftan along the savage edge like this. And once you are done, please trim off the excess or cut out the excess that we have left. You can see what I'm trying. I'm merging the one I measured to the one that I've not measured to get equal length, and this is what we have left. Now you are going to cut this out. I'm colder than the day you met me in the dark. I feel the air around me as it starts to move. I realize I never had that much to lose. After using your client's full gown length to cut out the fabric, this is what your fabric should look like at this point. Now we are going to take this to the pattern table and I'm going to show you how to cut the kaftan. Spread it nice and flat on a table or on the floor. Make sure it is clean. This is how you are going to spread it out nice and flat. The next thing you want to do, you want to flip it over, like fold it. Now we have our first fold. You're going to fold it again. After folding your fabric twice, you are going to bring in your iron and give it a nice press. Whenever I sew something like this, I make sure I iron before cutting out, because all those unsettled fabric can actually add to your client's measurement. So you can see the way I'm ironing up to the hem of this fold. Please make sure you iron perfectly well. After giving the fabric a nice press, you want to go ahead and mark your client's full gown length measurement plus Emmy allowance. What I added to the length was 2 inches. Once I was sure that what I have is okay, on the top edge, which is the shoulder line, I marked the nip to sleeve measurement, and the length of this sleeve is 10.5 inch. If you want, you can do up to 12 inches. So what I have here was 10.5. On the shoulder line, what I measured was my client's nip back of her neck to the sleeve measurement. And once I had it, the length of the sleeve opening is 10.5 inches. You can work with up to 12 inches or more, but I'm just trying to make sure that you understand what I'm saying. This is my shoulder, the back shoulder, to where you want the sleeve to be. So that's what I measured there. Now I measure quarter of my hip plus ease allowance and sewing allowance. So quarter of my hip is 50, 12 and half. I had ease of 1.5 inch and sewing allowance 0. The sewing allowance is 1 inch. So I'm marking this up to the hem of the dress. The next thing you want to do from here, you want to connect your mark point with a straight line. And for the armor part, you are going to connect the sleeve into the side seam with a curve. If you don't have a pattern master, please use your hand. After I was done drafting the bodies, I went ahead to draft the neckline. For the neckline, on the shoulder line, I marked 3.5, and on the for the neck depth, I marked 6 inches, 3.5 by 6 inches. That's what I used to draft the neckline of this kaftan. This is the neckline. What I have here is 3.5. You can use 4 by 6 inches. You are my mad strike, set me ablaze. I wish we could stay, but I got other demons I need to face. You left me with a heavy heart. I'm colder than the day you met me in the dark. I feel the air around me as it starts to move. I realize I never had that much to lose. Show me you can be more than just my enemy. One day you and me, we can live our fantasies. I want to believe we can roll the. After cutting out the kaftan, the next thing I did was mark where my side pocket will be. From the where the armhole stop, you measure down 6 inches and notch. Then you measure the pocket opening, which is also 6 inches and notch. After cutting it out, the next thing you want to do is to cut out the facing for this dress. While I was cutting this kaftan, I was also teaching my student. Now it's time to cut the face. I took out the pieces that we cut out from the fabric. I fold it wide, then place the neckline of this kaftan on it before cutting it. I also draw my style lines for the facing. You can see what I'm doing here. Follow the same step to achieve a good facing. Now draft how you want your facing to look like on the inside. I love the shape that I gave it, so that's what I'm going to use. And my facing doesn't have a joining on the shoulder as well. The next thing you want to do is to cut out the side pocket. For the side pocket, I'm measuring 15 inches, 7 by 15 inches, and for the opening I'm measuring 7 inches. Then I'm curving it into the seam. This is what you should have for your pocket, 7 by 15 or 14 inches. Now we are good. I have 2 pairs to work with. Now the rest of the fabric will be used for the scarf of this kaftan. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you do, please give it a thumb up. Follow me on all of my social media platforms. Bye. You are my warm place. You are my mad strike, set me ablaze. I wish we could stay, but I got other demons I need to face. You left me with